Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're diving into something we all do or, well, try to do, sleep. We're uncovering the hidden physiological costs of sacrificing our rest for productivity. You know, we so often treat sleep like it's a luxury, right? Just something we can trade for a few more hours of work, studying, or, frankly, just scrolling on our phones. But what is that trade-off actually doing to your body? More specifically, what is it doing to your heart?
Get this, 33%. More than a third of adults are scraping by on less than 6 hours of sleep a night. That's a massive chunk of us. And look, this isn't just about feeling a little groggy the next day or needing an extra shot of espresso. This level of chronic sleep restriction is fundamentally altering our biology in ways we are only just beginning to fully understand, and the cardiovascular implications are enormous.
To make sense of all this dense cardiovascular research, we've broken this explainer into 5 quick parts. We'll cover the global sleep epidemic, your heart during rest, the deprivation danger, how sleep loss physically hurts you, and finally, reclaiming your rest.
All right, let's jump straight into part 1, the global sleep epidemic.
We are basically living in a 24/7 society right now, aren't we? Between artificial light absolutely everywhere and the constant endless demands of modern life, we are pushing our bodies way past their natural biological limits. Our modern culture almost glorifies staying up late to crush work or social activities. But this clash between around-the-clock society and our fundamental human biology has turned chronic sleep deprivation into a severe global health epidemic. It's a total mismatch between how we live and how we're actually built.
Moving right along to Section 2, your heart during rest.
So what actually happens when your heart gets to properly idle at night? Well, during normal healthy sleep, your blood pressure naturally drops by about 10 to 20% from your daytime baseline. It's literally taking a breather. This isn't just some coincidence, it's a critical physiological feature that gives your entire cardiovascular system a desperately needed break from the strain of being awake. Medical researchers actually have a pretty great term for this essential cooling down phase. They call it nocturnal dipping. It's exactly what it sounds like, the healthy reduction in blood pressure during sleep that allows your cardiovascular system to recover from all that daytime stress. It is absolutely vital for your heart health. Without this dipping phase, your internal engine is basically just running hot all the time.
And just look at the contrast as you move through the stages of sleep. When you first drift off into light sleep, your heart rate gradually slows down to a normal resting rate. But then, when you hit that incredibly restorative phase of deep sleep, your heart rate drops even further, often 20 to 30% below your resting rate. That right there is the ultimate biological recharge. It's the time when your body heals and resets.
Which brings us to Section 3, the deprivation danger. Okay, so here is where things get real. When you skimp on sleep or your sleep is constantly interrupted, you totally rob your engine of that vital maintenance time. Instead of that healthy dip we just talked about, you get what's called nocturnal non-dipping, meaning your blood pressure just stays elevated all night long. Your cardiovascular system is stuck in the red zone, which is a massive predictor for future heart, stroke, and kidney problems.
To put that constant, unrelenting strain into perspective, people who are sleeping less than 6 hours a night have a whopping 20% higher chance of suffering a heart attack compared to folks getting a normal baseline of sleep. 20%! That's not just a minor coincidence. It's a direct, serious risk increase tied strictly to how much rest you give your body.
Let's dig a little deeper with Section 4, how sleep loss hurts. Let's look under the hood at the exact biological mechanisms causing this internal damage. As you can see, sleep deprivation branches out to systematically sabotage your heart. It's not just one isolated issue, it's really a compounding, systemic failure across the board. To break it down simply, sleep loss essentially attacks us through 4 distinct biological branches. First up, it triggers a huge inflammatory response, spiking pro-inflammatory cytokines in your blood. Second, it disrupts your lipid metabolism, totally messing with your cholesterol. Third, it causes oxidative stress right down at the cellular level. And fourth, it leads to endothelial dysfunction. All 4 of these pathways essentially team up to accelerate cardiovascular damage. Now let's highlight one of those terms you might be wondering about, endothelial dysfunction. It's simply the impairment of the inner lining of your blood vessels. Basically, your arteries lose their healthy rubber band-like stretch. Instead of being nice and flexible, they start acting more like stiff, rigid pipes, which absolutely skyrockets your cardiovascular risk. On top of that, the medical literature points out this incredibly fascinating two-way street between sleep and our immune system. Sleep deprivation actually enhances your adrenergic tone, which messes with your immunity. Simply put, lack of sleep ramps up your stress hormones and suppresses your immune system, leaving your whole body, and especially your heart, incredibly vulnerable.
All right, it's not all doom and gloom. Let's hit our final section, reclaiming your rest.
The absolute best news here is that we can reverse a lot of this damage with some pretty straightforward, actionable steps to reclaim our sleep hygiene. Step 1, figure out some relaxation strategies, like deep breathing or mindfulness, to calm that stress response before hitting the pillow. Step 2, set a consistent schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the exact same time every day to lock in your circadian rhythm. And Step 3, make your bedroom a true sleep sanctuary. Keep it cool, quiet, and pitch black. These simple steps give your heart the idle time it desperately needs.
Oh, and you absolutely have to dodge those nighttime saboteurs. Cut back on alcohol and caffeine late in the day, and please put the electronic screens away before bed. That blue light and endless scrolling, they're literally tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime, totally blocking that essential nocturnal dipping your heart requires.
So, as we get ready to wrap up this explainer, we really need to take a hard look at our daily habits. Are those extra late-night hours honestly worth the hidden physiological costs they're taxing on your heart? I really hope this explainer has given you the tools to understand the vital link between your sleep and your heart. Now please, like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to press that bell icon if you wish for healthier friends and a healthier society. Seriously, we are all so much happier when we and the people around us are healthy and thriving. Doing so helps us reach more people and create much-needed awareness. Also, if there is a specific topic you want us to cover in upcoming explainers, please drop a comment down below. Thank you so much for joining me. So, as you head to bed tonight, I'll leave you with one final thought to chew on. What is your current sleep schedule really costing your heart?